I remember the first time I saw him. It was a hot summer day, the sun beating down on the neighborhood as kids played outside, their laughter echoing through the street. I was sitting on my porch, sipping on a cold glass of lemonade when I heard the familiar jingle of an ice cream truck. I looked up to see a brightly colored truck turn the corner, its music drawing children towards it like moths to a flame. I watched as the ice cream man parked his truck at the end of the street, a smile on his face as he handed out frozen treats to eager kids. But there was something about him that made my skin crawl. His smile never reached his eyes, which seemed to glint with something sinister. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was something off about him. I tried to shake off my unease and went back to my drink, but I couldn't get the image of the ice cream man out of my head. That night, I had a strange dream. I was walking down a dark alley, the sound of the ice cream truck's music echoing in the distance. I turned a corner and saw the ice cream man standing there, his eyes boring into mine. I tried to run, but my feet were rooted to the spot. He smiled, a twisted grin that sent shivers down my spine. I woke up in a cold sweat, the dream still fresh in my mind. I tried to brush it off as just a nightmare, but I couldn't shake the feeling of dread that had settled in my chest. The next day, I heard that the ice cream man had been seen in another neighborhood, but there were rumors circulating about strange happenings wherever he went. People claimed to have seen him disappear into thin air, or heard children's laughter coming from his truck when there were no kids around. I knew I had to find out more about the ice cream man. I started asking around, trying to piece together his story. I heard whispers of a dark past, of children who had gone missing after buying ice cream from him. Some said he was a demon in disguise, feeding off the souls of innocent children. Others claimed he was a ghost, doomed to wander the earth for all eternity. I was determined to uncover the truth, no matter how terrifying it might be. I followed the ice cream man from neighborhood to neighborhood, always keeping my distance. I watched as he handed out treats to children, his smile never wavering. But there was something in his eyes that chilled me to the bone. One night, as I watched from the shadows, I saw the ice cream man beckon a child over to his truck. The kid hesitated for a moment, then ran towards him, a bright smile on his face. But as he reached out to take the ice cream cone, the ice cream man's grin turned into a snarl. I watched in horror as his eyes glowed red, his true nature revealed in that moment. I knew I had to act fast. I ran towards the truck, yelling at the child to run. The ice cream man turned towards me, his eyes blazing with fury. I could see now that he was not human, but something far more sinister. I looked into his eyes and saw the darkness within, the emptiness that consumed him. I knew then that the ice cream man was not just a figment of my imagination, but a creature of pure evil. I had to stop him before he could harm anyone else. I lunged towards him, my hands gripping the icy cold of his skin. In that moment, I felt a surge of power flow through me, banishing the darkness from his soul. As the ice cream man screamed in agony, I knew that I had freed him from his curse. The truck began to fade away, disappearing into the night. I watched as the child ran towards me, tears in his eyes. I smiled at him, knowing that I had saved him from a fate worse than death. The ice cream man is gone now, his reign of terror finally over. But I know that he will always be out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for his next victim. I will never forget the horror of that night, the eerie suspense that gripped me as I faced the darkness head-on. And so I warn you, dear reader, to beware the ice cream man. For he may come for you next, his twisted smile hiding the true evil that lies within. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and never trust a stranger with a sweet treat. The ice cream man may be gone, but his legacy lives on in the nightmares of those who crossed his path.